Yo, 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 Muddy Waterz Podcast. This your boy Shaq Sims, and I'm here right now with Miss Marshae.
Hi.
What's up, Miss Marshae?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Well, thank you.
That's good. That's good. You know, this is definitely my life coming full circle. When I was a kid, I used to watch your videos, man. Back in the day.
He was a kid.
I was a kid,
probably
man.
wasn't even old enough to be watching them.
Nah. It was lit though, man. For those who don't know, if you've been living under a rock, she's are you still a porn star or a former porn star or?
I would say I'm former, but I still do like solo stuff. So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, and one person said solo porn is still porn, so.
Right. Independent.
Yes.
Independent.
So.
There's definitely a market for it.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So where are you from?
I am originally from Alabama, so I'm a Southern girl.
What part of Alabama?
Birmingham.
Birmingham. Okay. Born and raised.
Mm-hmm.
Now, growing up, right?
Yeah.
What did you aspire to do? Was it always something in adult entertainment?
No, not always. That came about later. I was kind of a jack of all trades. Like I had a lot of varying interests. So at one point, I still like to work with my hands. So at one point, I wanted to be like a carpenter, build stuff, and then at one point, I changed my mind so much. I wanted to then the computer age started coming around, so I kind of wanted to, do something with computers, building, kind of C plus type stuff, A plus building stuff. And I still kind of do that too. So I actually just finished some computer classes. So that's still always been an interest for me.
Okay.
So yeah, and then I wanted to. Those were the two of the things that stuck out the most to me, like wanting to, do carpentry, or even automotive, because I like to know how stuff works. So I wanted to repair. So random.
Right.
But I always had kind of a knack. Most of my careers prior to this was a lot of customer service. So I found myself to be really good at that.
Okay.
No matter what. So
Right. Dealing with people.
Yes, dealing with people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you get like your introduction to the adult entertainment industry? Like, what got you introduced to it?
I would say my very first introduction would have been when I was about 18, 19. I worked at a skating rink, and there was these dancers that would come to the skating rink. And they was like, oh, you got a nice body. You ever thought about dancing? And I was like, no, not really. Well, you should. You make a lot of money, yada, yada, yada. So, they like, every Sunday night, they would come and, like, ask me the same thing. So, finally, one time, I was like, you know what? I had just moved out. And I was like, I need to make a little extra money. So, let's see what's going on. So, that was kind of... like the first thing they ended up taking me to this club out of town to dance. I didn't have nothing, like I didn't have no outfits, no shoes.
So you just showed up with jeans on, like.
Yeah, and I think one of the girls like ended up letting me borrow an outfit or something to dance in, and yeah, and I danced. I made a little bit of money that night, but the girl that had been with it, like she was like. The guys were wanting to do more than just dance. Like they wanted to do, other stuff. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. So
You just got into it.
yeah, I was like, oh, let me. So it kind of went from there. Like I started going with them more frequently to different spots, and then so that was kind of like my first interest into the adult entertainment industry was dancing. And then And then I ended up doing like a little. I don't know how this came. I really don't know. It was somehow I met. I don't know if you ever heard of the website ATL Bad Boys. Yeah, it was probably one of the original websites out there. But I don't know how I ended up connecting with them, but I shot a scene with them, and somebody actually like sent me a clip of that scene recently, and I said I forgot all about it. That was like my very first time. That may have been like 2003, no, 4 or 5, something like that. And then I didn't do any more films like that until like 2010. But in the interim, I was still kind of dabbling. I had opened up like a page on rude.com, and I was doing like little homemade videos and camming and stuff like that at the time. So, but then when I really got into mainstream, it was because I had gone to a swingers party, and this guy named Danny Black, who's also a porn star as well. He was hosting the swingers party, and he's like, "Yeah, you ever thought about doing, movies? Because I think you'll be great." And I was like, yeah. And then so he ended up taking me to Vegas with him for AVN. I got some photo shoots done and passed out my picture and phone number to some people, and kind of the rest is history.
Wow. So when you were talking about in the interim, you making homemade videos, camming and stuff like that. Yeah. How was that money back then? Because stuff like that wasn't so widespread. It wasn't mainstream. So I'd imagine everything like now, right?
Yeah.
You have OnlyFans, you have Instagram, you have premium Snapchat. Yeah. But a nigga might be like, why would I pay for that when I could just Google you and look at your videos? But back then, the only thing that was out was what you allowed to be out. So I'd imagine the money was more money involved, right?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. It was okay money, but I wasn't consistent with putting stuff up like that. So because at the time I was still working like a full-time job, in the corporate world. So I didn't want to be completely out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't, I didn't make a whole lot of money doing it. It was just like, a little runaround money. But I could have probably made a lot more money had I been more consistent with it or committed to it at the time. So I probably could have made a lot more money at the
Yeah. And
I was still like learning about it, what people would pay for and what they wouldn't. So my prices may have been like low or whatever. I don't know, but it was a learning curve. I had gained like, a little following on that page, but at the same token, I was still kind of new and didn't know what to charge and how to charge and things like that. So
yeah,
I probably could have made more money, but I didn't make a lot of money in the beginning.
Yeah. It was just a little, like you said, running around money, extra money to have in your pocket and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Now, when did things start to progress as far as the amount of money you were making and your level of stardom?
Ooh, I would say probably after, I think I shot my first like film in maybe like 2010, and maybe like halfway through that year is when it was finally released, like a few months later. And then I started meeting more other porn stars, and then the person that was already like real popular and I was associating myself with her more was Sarah J. And so me and her became friends, and we were out all the time together, so people started. And back then, like, I think when I first met her, Twitter was what was popping, and only people with iPhones could have Instagram at that time. And I didn't have an iPhone, so I couldn't have Instagram.
You still don't.
I still don't have an iPhone.
You need an iPhone.
I had one at one point.
You need to get one.
But yeah, Twitter was popping, and Twitter was basically the main way. And she had like a lot of followers for that point. And then when we started hanging out, and she started tweeting pictures of me and adding me, then I started gaining more followers and more recognition that way. So a lot of times it's about networking and being around different people, and I would go to most of the conventions, to meet people that I may have talked to on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and then just meeting them in person, and then again with Twitter, and then being able to finally use Instagram, then that kind of helped blow up a little bit more too. So I would say probably started getting recognition, or to the point where people started recognizing me maybe about a year and a half after I got it, maybe like 2011-ish. Is when I would go places and people would recognize me.
Now, when you say people started recognizing you, right? I mean, where you from? It's not too big.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine you going places.
Yeah.
People will recognize you. Did your mom ever? When did your mom find out about your lifestyle?
She found out probably shortly, like before I even started doing any really major stuff. I think she may have found out about the Rude page or something like that, or something to that effect. I don't know, but I know she found out about it fairly early on, probably about a year or so after I had been doing it. And I wasn't living here at the time, so it wasn't like people here were recognizing me. It was, other places. So, and it was times where I would come home where people would, if I went out somewhere, people would recognize. But yeah. I think my sister told my mom, honestly. And I think like one of our mutual friends may have saw me and told her. What? So that's how it kind of, and I think my sister told my mom because she was a hater. No.
That's lame. You and your sister still cool?
Yes, she's my sister. So
that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
She say she didn't tell her, but I know. I already know. I'm the oldest, and she's the second oldest, and she learned at an early age that to take the heat off her, put some back off on me. So I kind of think she may have had some heat on her at the time, and to deflect the heat from her, she was like, well, she doing this.
But you grown.
Exactly.
You grown. Back then, you was grown. Right.
Grown.
Paying your own bills and everything.
Yeah, I had been out the house a long time, but
right.
It didn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest, so I'm still, unfortunately, the baby.
Right. Now, when you first got paid for your first actual real production, what was that check like?
It was skimpy in hindsight.
It was skimpy for real?
I mean,
at the time, was it a lot to you, though?
At the time, it was a lot to me, yeah. Because I think they may have paid me. I think I shot maybe 3 scenes for him. And I think in totality, I may have gotten maybe $1,800 for all 3 scenes. Like, I was like, okay, not bad, for a day's work. I think it took us 2 days. I shot 2 scenes one day and 1 scene the next day. So I was like, that's more than I was making on a month almost in my rent.
You motherfuckers want to pay me $1,800 fuck. Make 3 videos fucking. Listen. I got them. I'm ready. Pay me $1,800 right now. I'll do it.
Yeah, but
ain't nothing skimpy about that.
Well, I mean, if I knew then what I know now, I would have probably demanded more. But
yeah.
I was young and a little just naive, and people wasn't really trying to share what to expect or make or whatever. It was people trying to be my manager and stuff, but I kind of knew I didn't want that. I didn't want nobody taking my money, even though I'm pretty sure they could have got me more things booked. But I was like, I'd rather just go at it on my own, keep all my own money, and make my own negotiations. So yeah, I think for the first company I shot for, it was my $1,800 for those 3 scenes. And again, I probably would have demanded a little bit more had I known what I know now. But hey, I was like, because I think it would take me 2 weeks to make that at work. So
facts. This motherfucker's fucking right now for free all around the world. I'm telling you.
It's true.
God damn, you can pay $1,800 to do some shit you do for free? Now, speaking of that, right? Mm-hmm. So, I've seen like behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. I have, and not in person. Yeah. But, you know, on the internet, I've seen like behind the scenes of pornography sets. Yeah. And it looks very uncomfortable.
What do you mean uncomfortable? Like,
it's like motherfuckers telling you like, suck it this way, do this, no, fuck her like this, and then you got the man holding the little thing over you. You got the camera, you got the lights.
Yeah, some sets could be like full productions like that, and some it may be like one person with the lights or somebody else with the camera, or maybe two camera guys. And yeah, they kind of tell you in the beginning like what they want. We need X amount of time of this, X amount of time of this. This is this, and this is this, and then, you know, it could be. And sometimes it be just random people hanging around the set for whatever reason.
That's crazy. Like you just want to sit there and watch some people fuck. Now, are you actually like turned on during these scenes, or is it just like work?
There's been times where I have.
There's been times you've been turned on by it.
But most of the time I try to keep it, you know, like my thing was I want to do a good job, so people want to continue to see me or watch me, or these companies want to continue to use me and things like that. So like my mind was like, okay, I want to make sure this looks good, you know, and also have fun at the same token, but I want to make sure that they have a good product that they can sell and that, you know, can make me more money in the future. Yeah.
Because, man, I ain't going to lie to you, dog. Like, I don't think I could do it. Like, a real production, dog. Like, I would, man, listen, they'll be mad as hell at me.
And that's what I tell people.
They like, Shaq, already? Goddamn, you just fucking started. I'm like, man, listen, what the fuck you want me to do?
And it has happened before.
It's happened? Quick as hell, ain't it?
Where somebody had came early.
Quick as fuck.
And he was like, look, bro, as long as you can get it back.
Listen, bro, we're gonna excuse that. As long as you can goddamn get right, we good.
Because he was like, I need 20 more minutes.
Right. So they can really like chop it up and stuff like that.
Yeah, so they could have looped it back around. So, but then again, it just really depends. You just have to make sure that you still kind of wearing the same things or stuff not too far out of place by that time. But yeah, it can be chopped up. Well, then some people can, you know, come again if they need to.
For that bag, nigga, I'm scrapped the fuck up.
But yeah, and I tell people it's like one thing they guys always ask, so what I need to do to get into porn. I was like, okay, first of all, you got to make sure you're comfortable fucking around people. So go to a swingers club, go to a swingers party, see if you can handle like fucking a girl while 2-3 other niggas watching you.
That shit is weird as fuck, man.
That's how it can be on some sets. So
like, what the hell?
If you can perform in front of people right there, then you got it. You can do it.
This shit ain't like watching a motherfucker shoot jump shots at the gym. This shit is goddamn intimate. Your ass cheeks is out. You know how you feel the breeze come across. Like, man, what the hell? So motherfuckers be watching. Like, I can't do it, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
So that's what I tell people.
See, dog.
Try
nigga.
that. Go to a swingers club. Go to a swingers party. Somebody watching.
See, I got performance anxiety, man. I'll be limp as a motherfucker, like trying to goddamn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and most people they think it's, you know, all of it. Yeah, if you've ever watched anything behind the scenes, it's really like that. It's like I said, sometimes people just randomly hanging around for no reason.
Yeah,
just because they want to be there, and then you got, you know, people telling you what to do, and then, you know, if you're a guy, if they trying to get certain angles, they gonna be all up under your junk, and you know, just
shake your ass a little bit more.
Yeah,
a creepy white dude with a hat on, like, shake your ass a little bit more. Shake it.
Sometimes it be creepy white guys. Sometimes it be creepy black guys.
Just creepy people in general. I mean, to be a motherfucking PA or a light man for a porno company, like, you have to be kind of a weirdo. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, like, if I had the choice whether I wanted to work on a kids TV show or a pornography set, I would rather be on a kid, because that's just weird. Like, it's just weird. Like, I'm scared to go to swingers clubs. I'm just weirded out by stuff like that. Like, you just walk in the room and see somebody fucking.
Yeah.
See, you probably jaded by that though.
Yeah.
You probably like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a dick out. Oh, I done, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they're fucking. Like, it's a threesome. Oh, I'll close the door behind y'all.
Yeah, after a while, you kind of get, but in the beginning, like, the first couple of times I went to swinger clubs or parties, it was kind of like, and there's been times where there's even in some recent times, it'll be times where I'll be like, oh, okay.
That's how y'all giving it up out here? Yeah. Now, what's the weirdest? Because I'd imagine, right, you working in the porno industry, you probably have to go by the office to pick up your check. You probably have to, goddamn, just stop by and talk to the boss of the company or whatever, or go look at film. What's the weirdest thing you walked into, like, where you weren't actually working? You were just, like, walking into a set or just being around a set?
I've never walked into any, like, weird sets. No, I haven't been on, I was trying to think. I was like, no, I haven't been on any gay sets. I haven't been on any, and I haven't walked in on any. No, I mean, anything that I've been around has always usually been pretty normal. So either, girl, boy, something to that effect. I ain't gonna say the weird. Okay, so I was a partake to. They did a blow bang, basically. So basically, it was like a blow job, like multiple. Instead of like a gang bang, it was blow jobs.
So it was a bunch of niggas like fucking somebody.
No, getting blow jobs. Well, it was girls. It was two girls giving blow jobs to a bunch of guys.
How many niggas?
I don't know.
I know they jobs is tired as fuck. Like, for shit like that, do you get extra money? Can you, like, negotiate?
This is something they were doing for their own website.
Like, 4 dicks for 1,000. No, 3 dicks for 1,200.
So this is something they were doing for their own website.
Okay.
So, it was gonna make them money on the back end. So they had their own website and they were doing this for their site.
So they pay the dudes to come?
No, they didn't pay the dues.
I mean, you getting a free blowjob. You like them. You probably jack off from them. Some of that head from them porn stars be looking trash, man. 'Cause they be looking too animated, bro. Like, it be looking super animated. It just be looking animated as fuck. I be like, yo, listen, man. Like, that shit look like it's too much, bro.
Yeah, sometimes it do. And sometimes it be looking a little rough. Like, oh, why is she doing that?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, damn, she working for that check, boy.
Yeah, it was basically like, they got to sign, they had to be like members of their site or something to that effect, and it was some rules to it.
Yeah.
They had to get tested and things like that. So yeah, it was instead of, like I said, a gang bang, it was a blow job bang. So where they were.
Blow bang, that's the funniest term ever, dog. I swear to God. A blow bang?
Yeah.
Like, you just keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
Is the name of the game to make all of them nut though? Like,
yeah, basically. Yeah.
You know how much fucking work that probably is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
God.
So that, I
damn.
think, I don't want to say that's the weirdest, but that's kind of probably the most.
Who would want to watch some shit like that?
People do.
I know niggas.
Yeah.
A blow bang. I ain't had, man, listen, the only group sex I ever had was me and my niggas ran trains back in high school. That's it.
But
now I can't even really call it group sex because
I think some of them ended up having sex too, maybe like 1 or 2 of them. But it was primarily for a blowjob.
I'ma wanna fuck.
Yeah.
Especially if it's good.
Yeah. So they had a couple. It was the 2 girls, the guys. It was a couple of camera guys there, if I'm not mistaken, and I was there. I think I was just kind of there. So,
you just be on your phone like,
You know what? I was doing. They enlisted me to do some behind the scenes interviews, like after their shots. So they was like, "Oh, wow, you here? Why don't you ask them? You know, what they felt about doing." So that's what I ended up doing. So I had a camera guy too with me, doing like a little after thought, like they do now, kind of like confessional, like
After you get your dick sucked, standing next to another nigga butt naked. The fuck?
How was this experience for you?
So, bro,
There's like, it kind of put me in the mind of like after a football game.
yeah.
And the reporter asking them a question.
I held on, man. Buddy next to me nutted in 5 minutes, man. I held on for 6.
It was kind of like
It was a rough one, man, but I stood in there. So who was your favorite one? Oh, girl with the pink hair, man. That shit was lit. Yeah, man.
So yes. So
God.
I kind of had to do that. They were like, "Well, why are you here? Why don't you ask? Why don't we do this? We interview them afterwards." And I was like, "Okay."
That's crazy. Now, speaking of porno, the professional pornography, you were on DVDs back when DVDs was lit.
Yeah.
Thank God for them DVDs, dog. Them DVDs got a nigga through, man. Before niggas had cars and shit,
Yeah.
them DVDs got a nigga through, man. Now, have you... Now, did you ever see any of your videos that you were in get bootlegged? Like, you were out at the flea market or something and seen, like, your shit bootlegged? Or
I haven't, but I'm sure there were. Like, I remember the first time going into an adult store and seeing one of my movies on the shelf. It was kind of surreal.
Nigga, we made it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm in the store.
Right.
But I've never ran across my bootleg. I'm sure there are some out there, but I've never ran across them.
Can a porno tape go platinum? Like, is that... Can you go platinum off of
I
porno?
don't think they have any billboards for
They ain't got no billboards. You ain't got no plaques. Nigga, we went platinum off of porno, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
None that I can think of. No.
You ain't got no first week numbers? Like, first week, my shit sold 10,000?
You know what? There is, though, like, I think they have, like, a thing online. Like an online store where you can still buy the DVDs, and they give like the ratings or rankings or whatever. But I don't think it was like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of like, oh, this is the number one seller this week or whatever from this site.
Right.
Yeah, it's been so long. So yes, I have. I think I'm in a total of maybe like 15 DVDs that were ever published. If I may be shortchanging myself, but 15 that I can think of right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many scenes would you say you're in? Probably 100?
I ain't gonna say you know what? If I think about it, I don't think it's been 100, but it's probably up there.
Yeah, because I mean, shit, 15 DVDs. I'd imagine you probably did 2 scenes in those.
No,
or one
well,
or two.
yeah, it's usually one scene per DVD.
Okay.
You know? I mean, but not me. But there's other people, you know. So the DVD may contain 5 girls, and it's one scene with. Excuse me. One scene with this girl, one scene with this girl. You've seen DVDs. You know, like. Then,
I'm fast forwarding the hell out of them to get to my favorite part. Oh, this it right here.
But that they have different scenes on the DVD. So, not only the DVDs, there's been websites that I've worked for, like people who just shoot their site for their website, like Pinky. I did a scene for her, and it was on DVD, but it was on her site. I'm trying to think. There's a couple of the people that I've done just for their website. There's other things that you probably haven't even looked. Like I've done like foot fetish videos that went directly to their sites and stuff like that. So there's quite a few. And like Club Butts, he doesn't do DVDs, but he has a website. So one of my first scenes was with him, Busty Baby Dolls, straight to her website. She doesn't do DVDs. Well, she did. She would compile DVDs like that she would sell too, but it wasn't often. But most of her stuff was on her site. So I wouldn't say I never counted how many scenes I've done, but it's probably less than 100, but more than 50, I'm sure. Probably somewhere between 50 and 100 that I can think of.
Yeah.
If I sat down and counted, I have to, because there's probably some scenes I even forgot about.
Right. I'd imagine, like, God damn, you know, because when you working, you don't really realize how much you working until you look back, like, damn, I did this many.
Yeah, and that, like I said, in that very, very first one with the ATL Bad Boys, like, I forgot all about that one.
That sounds like a sketchy ass website. If a motherfucker come to me, if I was a woman talking about, I want you to do a scene for ATL Bad Boys, like, that shit sounds so sketchy. Like,
it was a man and a woman team. Like, it was the wife was filming, and the husband, he was the talent. I don't know if it was a husband or boyfriend or whatever, but yeah, he was the talent and she was the camera lady.
wow. So you actually did a scene with her man.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that situation, right? In that situation.
And look, I had forgot all about it until, like I said, somebody sent me a clip and the girl was talking in the background. You could hear her talking. I was like, oh shit, I forgot all about that.
Now, with stuff like that, right? Do you ever, because, you know, sex is very intimate.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times, you know, as adults, we have needs. We'll might hook up with somebody like, okay, we just want to have sex. This is what I want.
Yeah.
This is strictly it. But when it's good, you might be like, damn, I kind of like shawty. Like, she's straight as a motherfucker. Like, the sex was good. You know what I'm saying? She smelled good. You know, she can kiss.
Yeah.
And you be like, damn, maybe I could turn this into something more. Have you ever had a scene with a nigga or and kind of like started to like him?
I'm gonna say no.
For real?
Yeah.
You ain't never been like, damn.
Like, I've been cool with them where we have hooked up outside of, you know, set, but not to the point where I want this to be my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had some fun, you know, offset before.
Yeah.
But yeah, not to the point where I was like, oh, I want him to be my man.
Yeah. See, I'm a sap. I be done goddamn fell in love my first scene. Like, listen, man, you know we can go get jobs. We ain't even gotta do this shit no more, man. We ain't gotta do this shit.
That is true.
Especially if she like one of my favorites. Like in 09, you know what I'm saying? If I would've did a scene with Cherokee, I'd have been like, Cherokee, listen, baby, you don't have to do this shit. Alright? Listen, we can start a life together. Listen.
Oh goodness. Yeah.
I'm sure guys have come to you though, like,
of course, yeah. It has. It's been yeah.
Guys you done did scenes with.
Like, I ain't gonna say they never said, because they kind of understood the industry too. So I don't know. I think, you know, when you have people that's on the same page and they know, like, you know, it's about business, or they know it's about business, and they know that nothing more is gonna come of that, then it's definitely a better understanding when both people are in the industry. But if they're, because, you know, if the guy's in the industry, if he's making good money, then why would I stop him from making it? Now, unless he just want to stop, then that would be something different. But I don't know. Most guys, you know, they still kind of want to do it for as long as they can.
The shelf life of a dude is kind of short though, man. Like a dude porn star.
Well, women too. Like, I mean, well, it depends. It depends on how you maintain. Yeah, how you maintain. So
that shit like being a rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Pinky's still on tour, man. She Master P out here, man. You know?
That's true.
Yeah, man. You know, shit. You here? You know what I'm saying? You still doing your thing. Yeah. So it's just all about how you tailor it. You know, it's some women out here who just fell by the wayside, man.
Yeah. And some people do it on purpose.
They just got a fat ass, you know, just chilling, like letting it go to waste.
Not necessarily. They may be doing other things. I don't know. Like, I can't speak for.
Arguing with their fucking boyfriend.
I know, like
nigga, I knew I should have motherfucking
Stayed.
Nigga, I knew I should have. We broke as a motherfucker. I'm fucking with your ass. What Yvette said? Look at me, stuck on stupid. Fucking with you. Real talk. I'm about to hit up ATL Bad Boys so we can
Exactly. I don't know where them cats is, but this person still had that scene. It was like, and I mean, I looked totally different then. Like, I had dreads.
For real?
I was like, like, totally different.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I forgot all about this. And it was like my very, very, very first scene.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't even think I got paid that much for that. Like, but as far as like, that wasn't like my first, that was the first scene that I ever did that was, you know, it was straight to internet. It was no DVD, but as far as like major companies, that wasn't like, I mean, a lot of people knew about it because people, like, some people still like, I remember you from ATL Bad Boys, and I was like, I was like, wow. Like, yeah. That wasn't like my favorite experience, so I kind of like blocked it out of my head.
Why is that?
Because, again, I didn't know what I was doing. I was kind of like, why did I do this? I wasn't like 100% committed to doing porn at the time. So, like, in my mental space, I'm like, oh my God, people gonna see this, so it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Now, in scenes, are you fake moaning or are the moans real? Because I heard women fake moan and shit and all of that.
Sometimes, but most of the time I do.
It's like real life.
Yeah,
like
it's real.
Like all the expressions and emotions and shit is real.
Most of the time.
Like, damn, nigga.
I say 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So there have been times where you had to fake it.
Yes.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Cause it was just trash. Or you just wasn't into it.
Probably I just wasn't into it. Yeah. Or I might not have been that attracted to the person. Yeah.
Have you ever done the scene with Mr. Marcus?
No.
That nigga's the GOAT, bro. That nigga is the GOAT.
Like one of the first people, like him, Wesley Pipes. Those like some of the first people I ever watched, and Byron Long. And,
that's a funny ass name, Byron Long. Like,
and actually, my first trip to Vegas to ABN, I had met him. And I didn't know it was him until after the fact.
Yeah. Right.
And I had kind of met him at like they had a penthouse party, and it kind of turned into an orgy.
You just go there dressed up and shit like, oh, you know, we're going to eat sandwiches and drink and eat wings and like, damn, not cuz dick out. Like, my ass is in the air.
Basically, that's kind of like everybody sitting there chilling, some finger food, some drinks. Like you said, smoking, people smoking. And this and
how does shit like that pop off? Does a nigga just stand up and be like, all right, fuck it, man.
No, this
enough is fucking enough.
This particular thing, how it popped off, it was two girls, like, sitting on the couch. And I think they started kind of like playing with each other.
So when, like, what inkling does a motherfucker get to say, okay, these two girls are kissing, I'm gonna join in? Like, I've never had that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, see two people doing some shit and be like, that's my cue right there to goddamn, you feel me?
I don't know. Like, that was my first time there.
You was just like, let me get in where I fit in, like.
Basically, like, I don't know how it, like, I just remember that part, but it kind of like snowballed from there. Like, I don't remember like what happened next. I just remember that, and I just remember like next thing I know, just a whole bunch of people.
That shit like double dutch. Like, do I jump in now? Do I wait? Like, that's crazy. So was everybody involved?
Pretty much.
Okay, so with an orgy like that, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say it's 10 people.
Yeah, you kind of.
Okay, no, I got excited. I'm like, hold up, I gotta find out. So with an orgy, right? Let's just say it's 7 people, right? Let's say it's 8.
So even number.
Let's say it's like 4 dudes and 4 girls.
Okay.
Does everybody get involved with each other, or does do the women fuck with the dudes and the women fuck with the girls and the dudes just fuck with the women?
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the dudes don't.
No, not any that I've been with.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure some after that.
So it's like women getting tossed around, like basically.
Yeah, basically, and yeah.
I know these niggas probably have fun, man. They probably jaded by that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like you want to suck my dick? Like, what the fuck is that? Bring another bitch. That's what.
So it was
Bring two of your homegirls.
Like I don't even know how it popped up. Like, other than that, that's all I remember. And it just kind of, again, it was just like a snowball effect from then. I was just like, wow. And I remember, like, when it was over, this one guy, because the room was like, it was like a penthouse suite. So it had like living room, dining room, bedroom, bathroom. And so it was huge. And I remember a guy sitting up in the middle of the floor after it was all done, looking around the room, so look at this fucking room. Like, it was a mess. Like, stuff was everywhere.
Slipping over lube. Lube and
clothes everywhere.
Like, those your boxes, no, them mine, bro.
So it was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Yeah, I just remember that's the last part I remember, him sitting up in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
Like, look at this fucking room.
Right, like, it's all said and done. Like, look at the mess we made. Was it at least fun though?
It was very fun. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
And like I said, I didn't even know that was Byron Long till like afterwards.
Was Byron Long involved in this?
Yes.
Damn. Shout out to Byron Long, man. Shout out to Byron Long.
He was involved.
Yeah.
It was definitely fun.
Now, I hear a lot of people say in the porn industry, like, y'all get tested so much.
Yes.
Have you ever been about to film a scene with somebody and they tested positive for something?
No.
Like, I'm not saying you filmed it and they were positive. I'm saying you were about to, they test positive and they canceled the scene.
Not that I'm aware of. But no, everybody that I've shot with, they were most of the time pretty consistent. So I haven't had any issues where anybody, was like, oh, I can't test because I got to take some antibiotics for a couple weeks. No.
A couple of days.
Whatever the case may be. I don't know. But yeah, no, I haven't. Again, that I'm aware of. Now, they may have canceled the scene and didn't say why. But,
yeah.
But to my knowledge, no.
Mm-hmm. Now, what was your best year in pornography, like where you made the most money, if you can remember? I'm sure you probably remember the year, like you was really killing.
I would probably say, I would say between, because I really started like 2010, 2011, 2012, and I ended in 2012, 2013, because that's when I got pregnant. But I would say 2011 may have been like my best year, because it was kind of like my second year. I had known a little bit more. I was able to demand a little bit more money, at the time. Mm-hmm. And then kind of doing my own thing too, with, and again, just gaining more popularity at that time. So, people noticing, and my first year was pretty good too, because, I was kind of like a fresh face. So, I was getting a lot of shoots with major companies in the beginning because of that. So it was. My first 2 years were really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now talk about dating though. Like, mm-hmm. I'd imagine dudes, mm-hmm. because you're not going to date another porn star. I would think, or you wouldn't mind. It's just whatever.
I'm not. I wouldn't. I don't say I wouldn't. I mean, because I probably could. I probably would, because I would understand, the industry and things like that.
And he would too.
Yeah, he would too. We had that mutual understanding. But I haven't ran across anybody that I would date in the industry. But not to say that I wouldn't. But yeah, dating is kind of hard because somebody who's not in the industry, a lot of times they have insecurities about, you know, what this person's doing, that person doing, how she feeling. And then, like, at the end of the day, you just have to understand it's a job.
They insecure about the size of the other nigga dick, man.
Yeah, that's
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If my girl was on camera fucking a nigga with like a, you know what I'm saying? Like some shit like, man, I would be like, listen, dog, ain't nothing I can do with that, dog. Like, what am I gonna do? You OG Mudbone, you ever seen him? You don't know who OG Mudbone is? I'm a dog, OG Mudbone. I don't know. This shit has to be fake, bro.
I'm gonna have to look him up.
OG Mudbone. Listen,
I have to look him up.
that shit gotta be prosthetic, bro. I promise you, bro. OG fucking Mudbone.
I never heard of him.
Yeah, OG Mudbone, man.
I'm gonna have to look him up.
You know how they have like those funny comedy comedy videos on like the porn sites? He was on one of those. Oh. But he's like a real porn star. Like it's not a game. But this dude, man, listen, if my girl fuck, it's over with. There's nothing I can do, bro. He done killed you, bro. Like you dead.
And then like I've had it happen to where like after I took my little hiatus and I was dating a guy and I didn't tell him about it because I didn't know like how serious we were gonna be. Like it's not like I was trying to hide it. It was just like, oh, by the way, I used to do porn, you know, because I like people to get to know me first. Like if he didn't know, I wanted him to get to know me first, and then so at some point down the line, he had was watching a video and it came up. Like,
were you his girlfriend?
We wasn't like girlfriend boyfriend, but we were going out and things like that, hanging out. But I didn't know where it was going, so that's why I didn't readily volunteer the information.
Damn.
And
he had to fold his catch towel up. Huh? He had to fold his catch towel up, man, and put his lotion away.
Then like, he called me.
Is that? Hold on, let me call her right quick. Like, what the fuck?
Basically. And then, like, his concern, I was like, well, I didn't know where we were going, so I was like, I would have told you eventually. I was like, it just, you know, that's just not something I just, oh, by the way, I do, you know, because then people have certain expectations of you if they don't know already, because they have in their mind this image of what a porn star is supposed to be. So I just, like, I said, well, I would have told you. He said, well, what if we had been out and somebody seen, like, somebody recognized you? Like, oh, that would have made me look crazy.
Yeah.
And so, like, people have insecurities about that, about what other people think about who you're with and things like that. So
I ain't gonna lie, I would too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, God damn, you know, my partner be like, bruh, you is, bruh, bro, that's your girl, bruh. Bro, that's your girl. You lying. You know, I would feel away too. Yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow. It takes a hell of a man.
Yeah.
And I ain't him.
Well, at least you're honest with
Yeah, man, I'm honest, man. I ain't him, dog. I ain't lying to you.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, man. So what's next for Miss Marshae?
Just basically trying to build my brand back up. You know, with the OnlyFans, and there's some other things, other couple of projects I'm working on as well. I don't want to say just yet, because I don't want to jinx it or nobody steal my idea. But I got a couple of things in the works, so just be on the lookout for me.
Okay.
Just keep following me on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff.
Yeah, follow her, man. So look, right, before you go.
Yes.
I did an interview for a series that I did for my podcast called the Underworld series.
Okay.
So I interviewed 5 people from 5 different walks of life. And I interviewed a sex worker, right? She has an OnlyFans.
Okay.
So she gave my listeners a discount code.
Okay.
Now, you don't have to. You don't have to, but
Could if I have to create a discount code.
Or maybe if somebody say like, hey, I listened to the podcast with you on there, I liked it. Can I get a discount code? You think you could do that for my
I
listeners?
sure could.
You could?
Yeah.
So it's official.
Yeah.
So what
let me know that y'all listen to the podcast. So I'll make sure that we get discount code. I'm probably about to do a promo on it soon anyway, but
that's what I'm talking about.
I'll do that. I don't have
You
no
niggas
problem with
can't
that.
never say I ain't never did nothing for y'all, man. I swear to God, you niggas don't do nothing for me but listen to my shit and fucking. You don't even repost it. It's like I'm just playing. I love my listeners, man. They show a lot of love, man. For real, for real.
Good.
So yeah, I did something for y'all. All you little horny dudes.
So yeah, just hit me up, email me, or because I don't check DMs. But if you do,
email her and she'll give you the code. Email her and she'll give you the code. Tell them where they can find you at, like your social media handles.
Okay, so Instagram is Miss _ Marshae. So that's MS _ MARSHAE, or Twitter, which is Miss Marshae X. So that's MS MARSHAE X. So those are my social media profiles, and then there you can find links to all my webcam sites, my OnlyFans, my phone, Night Flirt if you want to talk to me, Sex Panther if you want to text me, all that.
All that. All you nasty niggas. All you nasty niggas, man. Listen, we all got our own kinks, man. It's okay, bro. It's all right, man.
I don't judge.
Yeah, man. I don't judge either, man. Because depending on what time of it, depending on who you talk to, they'll say a lot of shit about me, man. But anyway, thank you for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Me too.
Check this off my bucket list.
Yes, you checked.
Yeah, check it off my bucket list. Definitely. You don't know how many nights of high school you got me through, man.
Well, I appreciate that.
Man.
I'm glad I was able to help you.
I fucked up many catch towels. I made many towels very stale.
Hard
and stale and crispy.
Standing up on their own.
Yeah, facts, man. I messed up a lot of towels, man. But yeah, Muddy Waterz, we out.